Big Dawg podcast coming to you live. Let's get it. Listen up, y'all. Big Dawg, Big Dawg. Let's get it. Big Dawg, best group in the land from top to bottom. Nobody understand that when we play, footballing is the plan. Number one, who's gonna be the man? Who gonna win? Too soon, man, I gotta go. I hit the draft board's best team in the show. Now pay me money, only past winners really know how to win it all. Name list gonna grow. Fantasy football, it's in the fucking name. I came to play best, yeah, I'm in the fucking game. This league, man, yeah, it's never gonna be the same. Top dogs, all the others out here looking lame. Lame motherfuckers. I thought I told you, lame motherfuckers, you gotta get your shit together if you're trying to win this shit. This is Big Dawg Stadium and we don't fuck around. Representing teams all around the nation. Shoot quick, man, cause I ain't got no patience. From the Browns to the Steelers to the Bengals, got the North unlocked. AFC. Everybody looking around cause they want some stock. Can't hate, got some purple and gold too. From the Titans to the Jags, all in a crew. Everybody showing love through and through. Gotta be the best if you wanna ship too. Better get your head in the game. If you wanna ship too. I done told them. Said if you wanna ship too. They gon' know my name. Yeah, if you wanna ship too. Everybody wanna ship through.
Hey, yo. Why does that video look slow? We're back with the first, I'm gonna kick back, relax, I'm not gonna sit up. First episode of
You were sitting up and it was killing my back, and I was like, all right, I gotta do it.
We don't know where Snugs is. Snugs isn't here. I don't know why our video looks so laggy. It's pissing me off. All right, we weren't ready for this, to be completely honest with you guys. We just threw this together. But is anybody watching anyway right now? Do we have any viewers? Let's check. One viewer. We do have one.
Me.
Oh, yeah, that was you.
It was me.
That was you because they're not viewing now. There's no viewers. You guys suck. But yeah, we're back. Another episode of the Big Dawg podcast. The first episode of the season. We just wanted to knock the dust off a little bit before we get ready for week 1. Michael, we are 8 days away.
8 days.
8 days away.
8 days. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be quick. I was counting down, I think, around like 50. And seriously, it's a week.
Yeah.
Week and a day.
So, yeah, man, there's a lot of exciting stuff, a lot of things going on in the football world right now. We're just going to kind of keep it light, and we're going to talk a little bit about the draft, people's teams, any news, nothing too crazy. And then next week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully maybe Thursday, we'll keep it like how we did last year, right before the Thursday night games. We'll come back and we will have our matchups and do our whole regular thing that we go through. This is definitely just a rough draft tonight.
Yep.
But,
testing out the waters.
Yep, for sure. So let's just pull some shit up.
Glad to be back, though, for real.
No doubt. No diggity. Switch over here, boys.
Crazy draft, to say the least. But we got through it.
We did. Why can't we see ourselves here? Save. Boom. Okay. So, fuck. Let's take a look at things. What do you want to do, Sherry? You just want to kind of go through people's teams?
Go through the teams, yeah.
All right, well, we're here with myself. Let's start with myself.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about how my draft went, according to some things out there. I have the number 2 ranked team. But that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I love your Ohio State boys.
Yeah.
I really do. Right there is your wide receivers. Those are young guys. Everything I've seen is Chris Olave this year is supposed to be, like, I know he's broken out last season a little bit, but this is supposed to be the year. Quarterback is a big question there.
Same with Garrett Wilson. Though.
Same,
I mean,
yeah.
This is everything I've been seeing.
Honestly, I don't think
he's been dominating.
whoever the quarterback is, the ball's getting thrown his way this year.
He's been looking great on everything that I've seen. And I took Malik Neighbors early. I feel like he just has maybe, this year might be a little slow start, but I mean, just
it's kind of high risk.
I mean, I'm just looking for the, I wanted
Same.
to make a pick for the future.
Yeah.
Too,
I mean,
I think you got to.
You drafted that way. I mean, there's always a surprising, going out there and getting those rookie guys.
Right.
Grabs that you want to try to hope that, dude, if I can get this guy in the 4th round, 5th round, and he can be a keeper for the next 6-7 years.
Right. You look at him like Jamar. You had opportunity to draft Jamar Chase or somebody like that when they were coming out.
I mean, he was on just right next to Marvin.
Yeah, a lot of people had him over Marvin.
Yep.
I think he's a great talent, and I think if he went out tomorrow and he tore his ACL, he still has some trade value. Thinking about just what he can do for the future and and everything else. He's got a lot of upside thinking about the future and going forward. So that was a move I wanted to make there and kind of get somebody who maybe if I don't keep him, I could trade him for a haul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Decent bench. I feel like nothing too crazy. I was able to snack up a bunch of rookie receivers, which I like. Xavier Worthy, Troy Franklin, and McConkey. All rookies there. And then got some guys that I really like, Keenan Allen, Dontavian Wicks. Maybe could be a little better at running back. Don't have a ton of running back.
Yeah, that's your biggest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Derrick Henry, he's, new team, I mean, I think he's could be good, and I think it's going to take a wear and tear off his body because he's not going to get as many carries.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He's not going to get as many carries.
Yeah.
Goal line, that's a threat. You have Lamar back there and him.
Yeah.
I think this year, he is very good.
Who's that?
Derrick Henry, yeah. Yeah, and I like the situation. It's Baltimore. They're ground and pound. They're going to try to run it down your throat. But he's just kind of, I think he's going to take a little bit of a decline this year. And then, like we were saying earlier, Tony Pollard is your
X factor.
Yep, the guy that has to hit and do something for you.
Should be really good.
Yeah.
And then obviously Josh Allen, number 1 quarterback, number 1 player in fantasy. Yep. Gotta love that too. So I feel pretty good about my team, man.
Yeah.
Pretty balanced.
Yep.
Not too weak.
Need some running back help.
But
running back room help.
Yeah.
But it's early. You never know.
So let's go on to the next team. I gotta go by league.
Fucking, should we take a moment of silence for Zach here? Because we could pause this for 6 hours and just watch us and not say nothing while he makes a draft pick. I'm just playing, brother. You should just do matchup and then just slide across.
There we go. Okay, so we're at Dalton here.
Oh, no. Sorry, Zach. Yep, we'll get you later, buddy.
Yep, we will get you later. Make you wait like you made us wait. So we got Dalton here. Dalton, actually, I remember he had a pretty strong team.
Dude, he always drafts well. Yeah. JJ and Amon. Who else? Was that his only 2 keepers?
I believe he kept Cook, too. I believe he did keep James
and Cook. Kept Cook. Yes. 2 of the top.
2 top 10 receivers, no question.
Yep, no question. No question.
In the top 10.
I was gonna say 7, but
yeah, it's just depending on how you feel about it. But no question we're in the top 10.
Guys that are this is their
receivers.
Yep.
Got to feel good about that. George Kittle, he's a little boomer bust, but he's always going to give you a 30-point game.
He's a football guy
every once in a while. Zay Flowers at flex. This year, I like Zay Flowers as a player, but I just don't know if there's ever going to be a huge top wide receiver option in Baltimore. Just by the the way they pass the ball.
No matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah, there's
if Harbaugh's the coach,
they've never been a 4,000-yard passing team. You know what I mean? So I think Zay's good, and I think.
I mean,
he's the
Flacco
number
back in the day
one,
kind of aired it out, but
yeah, but they were still defense heavy. Team.
right.
I don't
Yep.
know.
Yep.
But Zay is a good receiver. I think he's got big plays. He can really bust them out.
I mean, nice wide receiver number 3.
Yeah, decent wide receiver number 3. I'll give you that for sure. And then looking at the bench,
James Conner as well.
Not big on James Conner this year, but
I mean, he had a pretty. I mean,
he still always finds a way to be kind of somewhat
pretty good
somewhat
season last
relevant.
year. What was his RB rank last year?
Last year he had some injuries. 18.
18. Okay.
RB 18. But still, you'll take
Yeah.
that
Yep.
with your second running back.
Yep.
Anthony Richardson at QB1. A lot of people have him as a top 5 quarterback this year, but his big question is staying healthy, of course. It's always seems like it's been a problem for him. But Dalton's got a pretty well-balanced team too, man. Do you think that, the running backs, I'd probably say, are his biggest question?
Biggest question mark.
Because he's not that deep in his bench.
I mean, Austin Eckler obviously is on the decline.
Yeah.
But that could be
He could still go crazy.
He could go crazy this year in Washington
or
because
he could not do shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have Brian Thomas there too. So I don't know.
Yeah. Dalton's got a solid team, though, man.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep. Always drafts well. Always has some pretty good
If
potential keepers, and JJ is
best receiver in the league.
yeah. X factor for you,
I'll say X factor for Dalton here.
or
on
I
his
mean
team.
for you for Dalton right here.
It's kind of a toss-up between Richardson and Flowers. I'll go more Richardson because he's got that potential to put up.
I'd weigh
25
on
points a
Richardson as
game.
well.
If he's healthy and he can be a top 5 quarterback and put up 25 points a game, Dalton's going to have a really strong team.
Yep. Yep.
He's got to protect the ball, not turned over, and stay healthy. And I think he can really do a lot because he can run the ball. He can fucking throw it for 80 yards.
Yep. Stay healthy,
Man.
but I mean, we've only seen just a little snippet of him though as well.
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of hard to
Got to be on the field.
put him out there
to be
as So yeah, I mean,
Cool. Dalton. Good team, man. Let's go down to Daddy Dabs here. 4. All right. So
I mean, one of the highest projections as a team, honestly, I think.
Yeah.
For week 1.
He's got some guys who can put up some points, man. I mean, Kyron Williams, if he can be the guy there, that's going to be huge, huge for Ford. I mean, a lot of people are talking about Blake Corum sneaking up there and how he's going to be pretty much a thorn in Kyron's side. But, I mean, Kyron Williams last year, out of nowhere, RB number 7. I
Yep.
mean, who would have thought that?
Yep.
Put up great numbers. That LA Rams offense somehow
From a
What's
team that you wouldn't think that has good
has
running
some
backs,
people
but
who are
somehow
always fantasy relevant.
Yep.
And putting up huge numbers. So
I think it's just the McVay offense. I mean, he works it.
so pretty solid. Obviously Lamar, great QB. Bijan, Kyron, I
Dawg.
would say pretty solid running backs. And then we go to receiver, got Debo and Tank. Pretty solid. I'm a little down on Debo. Have been down on
Debo gets moved at some point this year.
Yeah, we'll see how
If
that
I had
goes.
to take a guess.
Tank Dell, I love, but
San Fran has too many egos
yeah, there are too many guys who got to touch the ball.
and
Like,
too much money to go around that money can't go around.
yeah. But Travis Kelce, top 2,
Goat.
top 3 tight end option always.
Yep.
Going to put up top 10 wide receiver numbers at tight end. That's always a great player to have. Hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down, even though he's
Right.
getting older. You got T. Higgins here in the flex.
All
I'm
this
kind of-
all this Jamar Chase news, it's like, dude, who knows? Like Jamar, like he really don't give a fuck.
I don't know. That's what we're
Could
hearing, I
Could
guess.
T be the one who actually ends up getting paid out of these receivers?
Well, there was a lot of drama with T. Higgins, contract talks this offseason too. I think Cincinnati's one of the biggest question marks in the league.
I mean, they got high-powered offense. I mean,
Yeah, but
Defenses are right. The
sometimes
secondary
they
sucks,
fall
but
short sometimes on offense. It's strange. Burrow sometimes out there, I won't say looks lost, but he's kind of up and down sometimes. He's had some health concerns though too. And
1-5 against the Browns.
yeah, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Cincinnati can do in terms of fantasy. We look at his bench. He was able to get the handcuff in Blake Corum,
Yep.
which is big.
Yep, I like that a lot.
Zach Moss, is he going to be the number one guy? And right now, I think on paper he is, but a lot of people like Chase Brown. So it'll be interesting to see how that backfield unfolds throughout the season. But I mean, some solid players here. I mean, Tyler Lockett always seems to be fantasy relevant, wide receiver 32. So I mean, you'll take that.
Yep.
Xavier Legette, not a very high-powered offense, but
Well, unless you know where it come from.
people think he is a freak in terms of physicality.
Yeah, dude.
You know, he's strong.
He
fast.
could be something special.
So he's a big, could be a guy who has a lot of upside this year. What do we think about the X factor on this team?
X factor is Tank Dell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably right.
because I mean the ball. I mean that offense with Stroud, he's slinging it.
Who's
I mean,
gonna be the guy each week? Is he going to, is Tank
hopefully
gonna put
Nico.
up
Hopefully
consistent
Nico
enough?
for myself.
I think it's Nico. I love Nico.
I think it's Nico
But
too.
I mean, they have three really, really good
Yep.
receivers there. I
Yep.
think. So it'll be. We'll see how that one unfolds.
Yeah, I mean, another good team.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Really good teams across the league.
there's very good teams across the league. Yeah, it's early. It's early. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Let's pull up the commissioner's team. Now, this team was partially drafted by Griff. Got to give a shout out to Griff. I think he really
Yeah.
did hold it down. For
Got some good
Coxie.
players, good positions.
Let's start at the top.
Good spots.
Jordan Love, great quarterback. I think he would be
Damn, we
more
have Friday game too. What?
way more relevant.
Wow, I totally forgot about that.
If Philly and Green Bay play Friday, if he could start to have a little more rushing upside, if he could find a way to scamper some out. I mean, he's kind of athletic, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what his rushing stats were last year.
But I don't think that's what it's about with him. I
No,
think
it's
he's
not,
just
but I'm
learned
saying
is
I think
if he's in
fantasy-wise,
trouble, then get out of the pocket and instead of running, just toss it out of fucking bounds and be smart
39,
about it.
37, 34, so nothing too crazy.
No,
But I mean,
he's never gonna be.
you got to think for him to be the number 5 quarterback and not really have a rushing element to his game.
Mhm.
He's probably one of the best passers in the league.
Yep.
In terms of fantasy wise, so great quarterback there. Running backs, solid running backs, but does Kamara, is he still going to get 15 catches a game? He's one of the best PPR running backs of this era.
Yeah, ever.
To
get those
he
easy catches and turn it into something.
dumped the ball off to him so much. Where was he at last year? 11. If he's there or around there again this year, that's great for Coxie.
Yes. Yep.
And then you got David Montgomery. Now he is splitting the backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs, but still did that last year. RB17.
Yep.
And I know Jahmyr Gibbs has some health problems right now, hamstring or something
Mhm.
is like a lingering thing. So David Montgomery might be, stealing those end zone goal line touches like he did last year. Receivers, freaks, guys,
Guys that you can only imagine just to be.
huge receivers, physical receivers.
Go get the fucking
here.
ball, score fucking touchdowns,
High point,
and be able
one-on-one,
to
great
outrun you.
receivers. DK, I think, has a great year. He hasn't been wide receiver 21. You would want more.
He
out of
hasn't
him.
ever lived up to the hype, man.
No, but
He hasn't.
I think they're really gonna have to lean on him a lot this year. So tight end got Kyle Pitts. He's always been kind of tough to deal with.
Yeah. You never know.
Tight end 13, but he is never drafted at tight end 13.
Nope. Tight end 4, 3 at
he's
most.
usually in the first 3, 4, 5 off the board at tight end. So you definitely want to see more out of Kyle Pitts this year. Got Ramondre.
I love it.
flex.
They're gonna push him, but he's a health risk though too.
I don't know. I think if I had to go X factor right now,
It's him.
it's Ramondre.
Yep. Same.
Looking at this bench now, Marshawn Lloyd banged up, but A.J. Dillon is out of his way for this season.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can get healthy, he's primed to probably even if Jacobs is healthy, I still think he's going to garner a few touches a game.
I mean, he has to.
Unless they're going to give Josh Jacobs the ball 35 times a game. Garendo, he also shoots up because Elijah Mitchell done for the year. Or was it for the year? Or?
Yep, out for the year.
So kind of got 2 late running backs there that, their value shot up a little bit. Got some decent receivers here. Some guys who are going to get the ball a little bit, and guys I believe like Jerry Jeudy, Josh Palmer, and Christian Watson. Watson could be number 1 in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Chris Godwin's a guy I think that you're going to have to think about starting maybe here or there if Ramondre is struggling. I think he's probably my favorite receiver you have on your bench.
Yeah.
But you got some good ones.
In a passing offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Coxey's team.
Yeah, solid team, man.
Yep.
Like we said, Ramondre's his X factor.
Ramondre and Jordan Love.
Or just his running backs in general, I think maybe are the X factor for
Sure.
Coxey. If Kamara, Montgomery, and Stevenson, let's see where Stevenson's at. He was hurt a lot last year.
Yes.
So if he can be 24 or higher, and you can still get 17 out of him, and you can still get 11 out of Kamara, you're good. You're good.
Hell of a running
guy
back
who was in the championship last year with pretty much a lot of these players that he had in his team.
Right.
So Coxey's going to be tough. Official Big Toe Bash Bro 8.0 Mike Berry here.
Big Mike.
What do we think about this team? This is maybe I'm not here to diss, I'm not here to hate, but this is maybe the first team where it's like, I don't know how good
Sam Laporta, I mean.
Huge for him.
Yeah, that was a keeper. Stephon Diggs coming into another new environment, and there's a lot of bodies to catch the ball there.
Yeah,
and feed it to him.
He's got some good players.
Yeah,
but there's some question marks.
Mike Evans, always, Raheem Mozart.
What's he gonna do?
He's 32 years old.
32 years old.
There's
Devon A-Chain,
yep.
Jalen Wright in the backfield as well.
2 guys that are coming for him, and he's definitely
finished last year. RB5.
Yeah, I mean, but look at his touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's never gonna put up that amount of touchdowns. Ridiculous.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Lots of multi-score games.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I really do not think so. I think he's just.
Yeah, and then you got to consider Najee. Najee's obviously gonna be splitting some carries with Jalen Warren
and fucking Patterson.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Patterson's looked okay.
Yeah.
In the preseason. So definitely some questions.
Christian Kirk, is he the number 1 in Jacksonville?
With Brian Thomas, Gabe Davis there.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. Evan Ingram.
In the bench, we got a rookie here, Ben Sennett. I do like him, but he's, obviously unproven.
Curtis Samuel, you haven't heard really much about him. It's all been about it's all been about Coleman and nothing about him. Thielen, I think he's just past his time. Adonai Mitchell is one of the players that I think on Barry's team right now. I think that's his X factor on this team. Yep, and come out and just be a guy that could be a guy that could like we were saying earlier, just a rookie that could potentially be a keeper for the next 5-6 years. Game tape or practice tape that I've seen on him, dude's got some hands. The dude can make plays.
Yeah, that's a fact. So yeah, Barry, I wouldn't say
And Joe Burrow too, and that's another question mark. Like,
yeah,
motherfucker can't stay healthy, bro.
can't say that I love your team, Barry. First team that I recovered across thinking that, but if these question marks can do their thing, then you're fine.
Yep.
But I'd say so far out of the teams we've gone through, Barry's team has the most question marks. But still always usually relevant in this league.
Always.
Rowe. Let's look at Rowe's team here. Okay, we got Daddy Dak Prescott. Here we go.
Here we go.
He should be slinging it this year. We got Jahmyr Gibbs.
I mean, he has to.
and
It's fucking
Zamir-
contract or
Yeah.
who knows. Shit's weird.
Zamir
Dallas.
White at running back. He looks like he's going to be the guy there in Las Vegas. Puka.
And they run the ball.
Great pickup in the draft. A guy who couldn't be kept. Got Drake London. Evan Ingram. Suggs just messaged our group.
Yep.
What do you say?
He fell asleep.
Dang it. We knew
Yep.
it.
Knew it.
We knew it.
Knew it. Sat down in the recliner and
Yep.
it's all right, bud.
Evan Ingram.
Enjoy your night, Dad.
Tight end. Then we got Ayuk here at flex. So some good receivers here in Puka, London, and Ayuk for Rowe.
Ayuk didn't show up today. I mean, that's
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with him.
yeah. I really like. I do
It's
like
strange.
both. I do like both the running backs, Gibbs and Zamir White. I think those
Gibbs
guys
obviously
are.
got that competition though.
Yeah, obviously Puka too. Prescott can. You never know. He could put up a 35-point game for you, and he could put up a 12-point with fucking 4 interceptions. Drake London, still yet to be figured out.
Yeah, really young.
Honestly, still young, still has been yet to be figured out. Evan Ingram, I do like him in Jacksonville this year. I think he's going to get a lot of targets. I think he could be one of the
Top guys there.
yeah, I think he's going to be the second or third top targeted guys there. IU question mark,
Where is he gonna play?
where is he going to
play?
play? And that could hurt right off the bat. Playing
But when he's
games
on the
like
field,
that.
he's great.
Yes, unbelievable athlete, go down the bench a little bit.
Got some backup running backs to start it off.
Yep.
And Will Shipley, Estime, and Madison. Odunze is climbing up.
Yes,
I think people's
big time.
rankings right now.
Big
After
time.
People are hearing that he's Caleb's maybe favorite target. Which is, I wouldn't say surprising, but a lot of people kind of thought he was just maybe going to fall in line because you got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore there as well.
Cole
But
Kmet.
looks like they're going to have some weapons in Chicago.
Yeah.
Mike
Swift.
Williams, he might not be playing week 1. He's a little
I don't
banged
think
up.
he is.
I'm not big on Mike Williams this year, but they don't have a ton of guys out there in New York besides Garrett Wilson. Khalil Shakir, Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert is probably one of the better backup tight ends. Rowe usually kind of always has a couple tight ends on his team. And then you got Brooks on the IR who on the pup.
Yeah, he's on pup
for the least
first 4 weeks, and that could come into play big time.
Yeah, makes you wonder about Chuba Hubbard or Miles Sanders. What are they going to do? But yeah, I would say with Rowe, well, as of right now, we'll say that Ayuk's on the Niners. So solid receiving core. I would say running back, you're definitely living and dying by Jahmyr. If he is a top 10, top 5 running back this year,
I think Zamir's.
he can carry you.
Are you talking about Jahmyr?
Jahmyr.
I think Zamir.
You think Zamir is? I don't think Zamir.
I think he's
has-
going to get fed, just like Josh Jacobs last year.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I really think that's the whole way that culture is being built right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at it from last year.
I mean, not him.
What? Zamir White. That's what you said.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs was there last year.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, just based off what he's already done. You know, haven't seen a whole lot from him. A couple 100-yard games last year.
Yeah.
So, he can bust it out. I'm just saying there's not a big sample size to go off
No.
of.
Nope.
Say that you think that he's going to be
No.
A Dawg or, a top 10 player.
Right.
That's hard for me to say for
Yep.
Zamir White right now. But Jahmyr Gibbs, I could see that.
Oh, yes, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. If he can get Jahmyr Gibbs to be that guy who's ahead of Montgomery and not, losing a bunch of end zone or goal line touches to him.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then he's at least RB3 probably. 4, 5 this year.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I think, I think Rose got a solid team, and I think it's those running backs are going to be his. We'll say Ayuk is X factor because he's not on it. I mean, he's.
I'd say either one of the running backs.
But yeah, the running backs in general, I think, are going to be a
Maybe
area
Drake
of
London
concern,
too.
or just definitely Rose going to be leaning on those guys. They need some help. Next, we got Zach Chat. Try to get through these a little faster. Zach Chat here. We got Stroud as the QB.
Like it.
Great quarterback. He had to keep Stroud. Now, I will say Zach probably had one of the weaker rosters coming into this draft in terms of keepers.
Yep.
CD Lamb, some people have him as the number one player in fantasy this year, so he's obviously got a
and that was a hard decision to make because where does he go and play though as well?
Yeah. But he's got CD locked in now, kept Stroud, and then everybody else he went out and got. He was able to go get Achane, able to go get Michael Pittman, Chuba Hubbard's value just went up. Now
Mixon too.
Brooks is out. Mixon in a new home in Houston. So I would say that, Mixon seems like he's going to be the guy there. Getting a little up there in age.
I think it's Cam Akers.
Yeah, Cam Akers and Dameon Pierce out there, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's too much of a threat.
Yeah, that is true though because Cam Akers is 2 ACLs.
Yeah, and Achilles. Achane, a lot of people have high hopes for Achane, but he was banged up last year and kind of fell back to Mostert, and they picked up Jalen Wright. So
Chuba Hubbard,
but
first 4 weeks.
yeah,
Pup with what's his face? How does that affect it?
yeah, he definitely goes up a little bit in value for him. So I'd say pretty okay. at
Wide
running
receivers. Wide receivers is the thing, is the question mark. I mean, you got
back. After CD.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you got one of the top dudes. Zeke, how much does he see the field really?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, he kind of
I mean, Chubb.
he took a lot of guys who are banged up here. You got Hawkinson, who's on the pup. Chubb, who's on the pup. Hopkins
Yeah.
has
Could DeAndre
a
come out and be
lingering
fucking
injury.
be a wild man this year? You never know.
Yeah, but I know there was people thought he might not play week 1.
Right.
Jordan Addison might not play week 1, so he's got some guys who are banged up.
Yep.
But when they come around and you got some guys who are damn good when they are healthy and Hawkinson. And
I mean, the
Chubb.
best fucking player in the fucking league, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes for Zach. Week 5, his team will start to look a little different. Week 5, week 6, once those guys get a little healthier, if they get healthier. But can't deny he's got one of the best fantasy options in CD Lamb.
Yep.
But these running backs are going to be crucial on how they perform.
Yeah.
Zach.
Say my X factor, Michael Pittman.
Yep, I would say that too.
I mean, wide receiver too. That's a lot of faith putting into him.
Yep.
And
Had some decent
can
numbers
he?
last year. Wide
Yeah,
receiver.
wide receiver 13. Yeah, I mean, if he can be the same player as he was last year, then
Yeah, you'll take that.
yep, 100%.
We'll see how it goes there for Zach. Sheer. Up next, if I can get my mouse to work. Team Hawk Tua got.
And spit on that thing.
So we got Tua.
I'm grabbing a beer while you guys talk about this.
We got Tua here as his QB. Tua, great quarterback in the league. I believe led the league in passing last year in terms of yardage, but led the league in passing and is still QB9. Now that's not bad, of course, but goes to show you how much that rushing, having a QB with that rushing dynamic to his game really makes a difference in terms of points. But solid quarterback there. Can't be mad at that. Now we go to Pacheco and Jerome Ford. I think Pacheco's a great running back. Going to get fed in Kansas City. Jerome Ford. Now, Jerome Ford is a guy that I love while Nick Chubb is not healthy. He played well last year when Chubb was out. Really kind of slept on, I think, nationally in terms of like drafts and stuff
RB13.
But I think he can be really good for Shears. Just how long is he going to have that spot, you know? Then we go down to receivers. Two great receivers. Love DJ Moore. Love Nico Collins. Nico Collins is a dog, in my opinion. Then we got Devontae Adams. I mean, can't really those have that as your 1, 2, 3 receiver option. You got to feel great about that. Then
I went heavy wide receiver this year.
Yeah, I try to do that too.
Yeah,
I mean,
we talked about it immediately.
As the league's gone on, you know, it's a passer league, man. PPR league. You want, you know, running backs are great to have though, but gotta love those, having those elite pass catchers, like, you know, like those three right there.
Yeah, and I got another one. That's wide receiver 1 too.
Yeah, so we got Amari. I'm sure that's who you're talking about there.
Yep.
Jahan Dotson's got a new home in Philly. How will that pan out? Jermaine Burton. I really like this guy in terms of like the film I watched on him. He is kind of a knucklehead though, and Cincinnati has always kind of. It seems like it's kind of been a
Claim
spot for players
wide
to
receivers,
and do some dumb shit.
especially.
But hopefully he can stay out of trouble. I like him a lot, but I don't know how relevant he'll be in fantasy this year. But he's definitely a talented receiver. Rico Dowdle is a guy I have on some of my teams in fantasy this year. I don't know how much the Dalvin thing affects him.
I don't know.
But
I think Dalvin's glass, man.
Think right now, I think Rico Dowdle, like, he got
It's
drafted
number one.
so late. He's the number 1 running back there.
Me too.
And I couldn't believe how late he was getting drafted in some of these drafts that I was in. Obviously, running backs go early in our league, but, like, Rico Dowdle was going undrafted. I mean, you got a starting running back in the league who is at a roster percentage of 58%. That's crazy if you think about it.
Just give me my money.
But I think we talked about it earlier. What is that backfield in LA going to look like? You kind of got both options to go with Vidal or Gus, or you got JK, who knows? But you got 2 of the 3 there. And then Jalen Wright, you know, he's the 3rd guy in Miami, but those 2 guys in front of him have never really stayed healthy for a full season. So it'd be interesting to see how he falls into the picture as well. So decent bench, but I definitely don't see some of these guys being on your roster towards the end of the season.
No.
You're waiting to see what they're going to do.
Yep.
But, yeah, can't be mad at your receivers at all. And if you can get Jerome Ford to put up Nick Chubb-type numbers the first 4 weeks of the season, you are in a great position. We did skip over your tight end, Brock Bowers. Goddamn, I mean, one of the most talented tight ends we've seen in college football in a long time. I don't really know what Las Vegas is going to look like.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I got Devontae paired too.
Yeah.
So that's would be my X factor on my team is I don't really know what to expect.
I don't know if not to throw this completely off topic, but just something in my gut tells me that Devontae Adams doesn't finish the season as a Raider this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's traded a few games.
Me neither.
But yeah, solid team there by Shear, definitely led by his receivers. Then we're moving to Snugsy here.
Oh,
For our
sleepyhead.
last few teams. Snugs has got P. Mahomes here at quarterback.
Can't argue against number one.
Nope.
Ever.
Great quarterback there. Two strong running backs.
Very good.
In ETN and Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is going to get fed this year.
And
so is
ETN.
man.
Yep.
He's got good pass catching ability, so he's always a threat to make some plays. Rashee Rice and Jaden Reed. I don't feel great about your receivers. Those two. Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you put Jamar Chase up
Great.
in there. I get the lineup set though.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now.
You got those guys playing Thursday games, so yeah.
Mark
Great.
Andrews as well. Like, is Isaiah likely? Like,
A lot of people like him.
is he likely to take a lot of those targets away and shit change?
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, Snug's team I like it a lot. I mean, you got a powerful quarterback that's consistently going to put up those 40-point games,
Right.
35-point games for you, man. And those running backs, they hit that 100 mark with a couple tutties.
Yeah.
Then you got Rice with Kansas City that pairs it up with Mahomes. Eventually going to come down. It's always good to pair people up, and then come down later in the season. You know, they're on buys and shit like that, but that doesn't matter whatsoever. Jamar Chase, who knows what's going on with him. I fully expect him to play. You got JSN on your fucking bench too. I think that would be your plug and play.
Yeah, and Jameson
not,
Williams, he might be fantasy relevant this year too. Man.
I think he is going to be.
Got some really good handcuffs here too.
Yep.
In Chase Brown.
To see what that situation in Cincinnati with running back.
Tank Bigsby.
Yep.
Good job on getting those handcuffs. Braylon Allen. So some good solid handcuffs back there. Good solid team, honestly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would probably disagree and say Rashee Rice is a really great receiver. I don't know. There's just something about him that I'm not 100% sold on. Just because a lot of Mahomes shit is like short yardage plays, and like Rashee Rice broke a lot out.
Yeah.
Broke some long plays last year, and just, I mean, that's not going to happen all the time.
No.
You know what I mean? So
no.
I just don't know if you see.
Yeah, he's definitely not the guy that's going to go up and make that huge contested shot.
So many mid receivers,
yeah.
too.
Their wide receiver room is.
It's not very
kind of wild.
good, but it's deep, you know, in terms of they just have a lot of guys there. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. I'm a little curious on those wide receivers, and I think Dontavian Wicks is the best receiver in Green Bay, but that's just
Christian Watson, but that's just me.
Right.
But
Solid.
running back, very running back strong,
Yep.
per usual, as Snugs.
Yep.
And I mean, and then, like you said, got those handcuffs as well.
Yep. Down to our last few teams here. Got Kanye. Connor got Jalen Hurts here at quarterback. Great quarterback option. Huge rushing upside. Always is sneaking on in a couple rushing touchdowns.
No, those are disappearing this year.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
with
why they're
Saquon.
paying Saquon.
Maybe.
They're paying him to take years off their franchise quarterback.
Yeah, or to add years to their.
To add on, take off.
Then you got Rashad White and Swift at running back. I think Swift is.
I think he's sneaky this year.
Yeah, man.
I think he's sneaky in that.
He was okay.
I think
last year.
everyone's expecting like Chicago to come out and just fucking pass. Caleb Williams, pass. But I think he's kind of sneaky this year.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how he plays out because he can put up numbers when he's getting fed.
Yep.
But then there's just sometimes where it seems like he doesn't get fed, or he didn't get fed last year, but in certain games. But I mean, he still had a pretty productive season. Where did he fall? Wide receiver or running back 20 last year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes in a new home for him in Chicago. They might have a high-powered offense. Then we got Tyreek Hill, one of the best fantasy options to have.
Ever, maybe.
George Pickens. I feel like he is primed to have a great year. I
Huge
just
question
don't
mark.
know how much. Like, he'll have a great year for the Steelers, but is it going to be a great year fantasy-wise? Like, you know, not a lot of passing touchdowns last year out of the Steelers. Hopefully we can change that this year, but we'll see how much volume George Pickens gets there and how much of that volume he can.
I think he gets
translate into
volume, but I don't know about
points.
the productivity of it.
Yeah. You got
Dalton Kincaid, I think he's number 1 or number 2 option in Buffalo now.
got Javonte
Be honest.
Williams at running back. He is a huge.
That was just a
question
trade
mark.
that just happened, I believe, that he acquired him.
I thought that was maybe in Dynasty.
What was that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it was maybe
Never
in
mind.
Dynasty. Could maybe not though. Might be wrong. So I'd say pretty balanced starting lineup there.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy in terms of like weak spots. Then we get down to his bench. I don't know how much I'm liking this bench. Got some players though. Keon Coleman's got a lot of upside. Jacoby Myers somehow finds a way. Jalen Polk, question mark. He could
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who knows?
Realistically, in that offense, he could be number 1.
Yeah. Rome Wilson is banged up. I don't know how he's going to. How much?
Coleman,
he's
I
gonna
think
get.
something
Gotta get
special.
number one, right?
I think something special happens with him this season.
Yeah.
I think honestly he could potentially be the steal of the draft. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's got a lot. There's just not a lot of competition there.
Yeah, I mean I was very, very,
You got the
very
best
high on him
quarterback in the league.
in Dynasty. Yeah, and a guy that's looking.
Throw the ball a lot.
Yep.
You know, so.
No.
Pretty solid team.
Yeah.
Pretty
Wide
solid
receiver
team.
strong, definitely. Running back.
Yeah, does Rashad White put up the same
Yeah.
numbers he did last year?
And he's trying to come after
He
some of
was
my
up
wide
there last
receivers,
year,
but
running back number 4. So yeah, we'll see. Good team though.
yeah.
We got Brian here. Brian got the young buck, Jaden Daniels,
Yeah.
at QB.
Already gonna say that's X Factor,
Yeah, this is the
but that's just a draft. Where
this
did
is the first rookie quarterback we got starting.
Yeah.
So got a guy in here.
I mean, yeah. If it's not fucking Caleb Williams, then
yeah. Caleb Williams on Connor's team, basically
Yeah.
starting.
right.
So, got a rookie starting here. He went late on quarterback, it looks like. So, got Jaden Daniels here. But, I mean, fuck, he could be great if he's
Could be
healthy.
great,
Could be great.
Brian.
Um,
I fucking love your running backs,
yeah,
bro.
I love your running backs, too. Man.
Love your running backs.
Saquon and Kenneth Walker. I think Kenneth Walker could be great this year if he's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yep, he's one of those dudes who could just like pop out of
He reminds
nowhere
me
and
of,
be
like Le'Veon Bell a lot.
kind of.
Like not breakaway speed, but like
Yeah.
kind of like weirdly elusive and
Yeah,
strong.
can hit the hole and
Yeah. Picked up Marv with the first pick in
Goat.
the draft.
go.
Somebody he's looking to have for a long time. Jalen Waddle, number 2 option there in Miami, but he always remains fantasy relevant.
Yep,
I
gonna always
love-
be
I love
productive.
Pat Freiermuth for you there, tight end. I think he's going to be the number 2 passing target in Pittsburgh.
Same.
Think he's a really slept on tight end in terms of just like talent in the league. Like, but it's a lot because Pittsburgh hasn't been.
He's gonna get those big chunk yards for their offense this year.
Hopefully,
I mean, he did last year.
yeah. And I
When
can
he
see
was
him,
healthy,
maybe
and the
not
year
even
prior.
fantasy-wise, but he's going to be that guy who you're looking for on 3rd down, and
Yep.
you're trying to get 6 yards,
Right.
over the middle.
It's fucking fly, dude.
Hate him.
Jesus.
So, looking at the bench, we got Trevor Lawrence on the bench, Tracy, Tyrone Tracy here, who is the backup, it seems like, in New York.
I think he got hurt. So
Yeah, I don't think it's long-term, though.
okay.
We got Gibson, Antonio Gibson. I think he's always on Brian's team somehow. Jalen Warren, Brandon Cooks, Terry McLaurin, and Deontay Johnson. So some of these
I mean,
guys,
he's got
I would just say they're not on the best offenses, but
Yeah.
they have upside when you're talking about Deontay, McLaurin.
I mean, especially with
Gibson.
with Jalen Daniels, if him McLaurin can get something special
Yeah.
going on, that's a nice little pairing though for
Yeah.
Brian.
Definitely. I think,
Brandon Cooks too. I forget what I saw something about the Cowboys, or where was he at? Was he at the Cowboys? Yeah, Cowboys last year. They're like red zone plays and efficiency. Like he was their number one target in the red zone. So coming from that slot, he's an experienced dude. I mean, he used to be the guy back in the day,
Yeah.
So that's a nice guy to have on your bench. Jalen Warren, that's another 50-50 backfield. I had him last year. I still do. Same as I thought last year. Going to be the number one eventually. Pans out because Najee has lost now, 7 steps?
I still think it's gonna be pretty split.
Yeah, but I like
you're gonna
Brian's.
see
I like
Jalen in
I like
third down
Brian's. I like
situations.
Brian's team a lot.
Yeah, I think those two running backs he's got there are gonna
Yep.
be great for him. And if Marv got drafted as a top 10 receiver, if he's top 16,
Yep.
I think you're okay here.
Yep. Waddle
but
has
you do need a
to.
good season
I
already.
mean, obviously get some of those touchdowns
Yeah.
and not just let
Waddle
Tyreek
still
get
needs to be
everything.
Waddle, and Marvin needs to be a top 16
Yep.
receiver. I think.
Yep. So I say the X factor for him is obviously the quarterback position, Daniels.
Or just who you're going to have here in this flex position, whoever it may
Right.
be. Is it going to be Aaron Jones? Is it Scary Terry?
Right.
Is it Jalen Warren some weeks? Is it Deontay?
Yep.
I do think.
Yeah, he has a lot of options to plug
Yeah.
and play.
Which can be a headache.
Yes.
Sometimes,
Yep.
But
Yep.
we'll see. And then last but not least,
I think that might be one of my favorite teams.
everybody's favorite
No,
person in the league.
fuck this dude, bro. Fuck
Adam
this
Challen,
guy.
former commissioner.
Love you, brother.
Current champion. Got a few of them rings on his fingers. But got Kyler here at QB. He kept McCaffrey, Brees, and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that
Fucking just walk off the stage and mic drop at that
yeah,
point.
I mean,
Jesus,
that running
dude.
back core is really something to be jealous of.
Disgusting.
It really is. It hurts to know that one guy has those 3 running backs.
Yep.
It's crazy. So obviously,
You
running
guys
back
let it happen. You guys
dominance.
all let it happen. Quit trading with this.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't win trades. I lose them.
I lose a lot of them. Well, you make 100 of them. So
Yep. So then
it happens.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp, Devontae Smith, great receivers.
Great receivers.
Looking
Trade
at his
McBride too.
bench- Look at his bench. There's maybe some question. This is maybe one of the weaker benches
Yes.
Chat has ever had, and might be one of the weaker benches
In the league.
if you ask me.
In the
I
league.
mean, I think Calvin Ridley is great, but there's just some question marks when we're talking about J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, McLaughlin, Ricky Pearsall. Like, what are those guys going to do? Are
Yeah.
they going to be relevant at all? I mean, Brian Thomas Jr.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, he has a lot of
he's
hype
got
right now.
upside,
He has a lot of hype. I mean, if he can be the guy, same with Pearsall.
yeah, but
Ridley-
it's hard for me to imagine Pearsall being banged up, just coming in and being a difference maker, especially if Ayuk stays there.
Taysom Hill, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this bench, chat. I really.
I mean, he's so top heavy.
yes.
So
but-
top heavy, and it's hard not to be not top
Yeah.
heavy.
But this
with that
this
squad.
starting lineup is great, and it's
Yep.
nice that you do have that Kyler McBride connection there. A lot of people expect big things out of him. I'm still a little unsure, but we'll see. He's definitely being drafted as a top 5 tight end, and he was tight end 7 last year. Okay. Solid team, running backs crazy. Got the best running back
Crazy.
for
What is the word now?
Running back core.
Skip dibbity or
Skibbity or something like that.
skibbity?
Phantom tax or something.
Fucking
Yeah.
you fucking brain knot.
Good team.
Yeah.
Weak bench. Crazy at running back.
Always gonna be a good team.
Yeah.
Always gonna be a good
Former
team.
champ here. So
Yep.
pretty solid.
I mean, everyone honestly, like, I honestly feel like going into this year, like, this is the most even it's ever been.
If we go to matchups, I mean,
No, we're doing this next week.
yeah, I'm just saying. I was gonna say, I guess it would take a while to scroll through, but a lot of projections are close.
Yep.
Just scores.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Anything else here we want to go over?
No, dude. We did our thing.
We went a little longer than I thought we were gonna go. We're at 57 minutes, so an hour.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys hung out with us. I know the quality of things.
Yeah, everyone watch it tomorrow on their lunch break when you get a chance or whenever.
We kind of threw this together. It's going to be, as we do every year, we're going to increase the production value. It'll be some nicer. It'll look a little more put together next time. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you did tune in, if you don't tune in, start tuning in. Because we really want to. It's the best fantasy league in the world. And we take it serious, and we really care about that.
I mean, if you're an outsider, then you'd have no idea.
How many years has this been going on? I mean, it started with you and Coxie, but I mean, it's been...
No, this is not even me, bro. I did not want nothing to do with fantasy football back when this started.
I'm talking about the
pod. Podcast?
Yeah,
this is at least...
Show. This is 4, 5, 6 years running now.
7 years.
That we've been trying to do this, so... we do it because we love you guys and we love talking about this stuff. And we, like I said, we're gonna
continue to do it.
Yeah, gonna continue to do it and hopefully get better and better. And
it's an inconvenience, but we're gonna continue to do it one way or another. Might miss a couple episodes here and there, but
yeah, sometimes it's tough. But we really do.
I enjoy doing this shit.
Try to put something together for us to watch and think about each week. So thank you for tuning in. If you did, Michael, any last words before we take off?
No. Go Browns.
We're gonna go outside.
Good luck, everybody.
Smoke some cigarettes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in. Hopefully we will be ready to go by 7:00 next Thursday for game 1.
Week 1.
Who we got? Who plays game 1? Baltimore.
Chiefs Ravens.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Ultimate
Ravens.
Classic made to be ready for it.
This season. I mean, fuck, I'm so excited for it. But yeah, next Thursday, man, we will be coming back with an episode, and we will have real live football.
No one better to kick it with than you guys.
Yep. And hopefully Snugs will be here next week too. Snugs fell asleep on us.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Bye. Love you. We will catch you guys
Doses.
next time. Peace.
Big Dawg Podcast coming to you live. Let's get it. Listen up, y'all. Big Dawg, Big Dawg. Let's get it. Big Dawg, best group in the lane from top to bottom. Nobody understand that when we play, footballing is the plan. Number 1, who's gonna be the man? Who gonna win? Too soon, man, I gotta go. I hit the draft boards, best team in the show. Now pay me money, only past winners really know how to win it all. Name list gonna grow. Fantasy football, it's in the fucking name. I came to play best, yeah, I'm in the fucking game. This league, man, yeah, it's never gonna be the same. Top dogs, all the others out here looking lame. Lame motherfuckers. I thought I told you, lame motherfuckers, you gotta get your shit together if you're trying to win this shit. This is Big Dawg Stadium and we don't fuck around. Representing teams all around the nation. Shoot quick, man, cause I ain't got no patience. From the Browns to the Steelers to the Bengals, got the North unlocked. FC. Everybody looking around cause they want some stock. Can't hate, got some purple and gold too. From the Titans to the Jags, all in a crew. Everybody showing love through and through, through and through. Gotta be the best if you wanna ship too. Better get your head in the game. If you wanna ship too. I done told them. Said if you wanna ship too. They gonna know my name. Yeah, if you wanna ship too. Everybody wanna ship through.